She was Hollywood royalty, the daughter of a legend. Yet Jane Fonda chose to trade her gilded celebrity for political controversy, becoming one of the most divisive figures of the 20th century. Her transformation from screen siren to radical activist was unprecedented, but one single photograph triggered a firestorm of national rage. What happened next shocked everyone. A beloved actress suddenly branded a traitor. The truth behind her actions was far darker than anyone imagined, exposing the deep fractures of a nation at war. Born in 1937, Jane's upbringing was defined by profound emotional trauma. Her father was the emotionally distant, iconic actor Henry Fonda. Her mother committed suicide when Jane was just 12. This early emotional void fueled a lifelong search for meaning and approval, first on stage, and then through her relationships with powerful, often controlling men. Her career began in light comedies, but the intensity she inherited from her father foreshadowed a life of explosive, radical commitment, far beyond the confines of Tinseltown. The main story pivots on the volatile 1960s and 70s. Jane had married French director Roger Vadim, finding European cinematic success in films like Barbarella. But her discontent with the status quo was growing. She became a vocal opponent of the Vietnam War and a fervent supporter of the Black Panther Party. Her activism wasn't merely celebrity lip service, it was total immersion. She gave fiery speeches, organized protests, and poured her considerable wealth and fame into political causes, sacrificing prime roles and major endorsements. The FBI, under J. Edgar Hoover, even opened a file on her. She chose conviction over career stability, a dangerous path that built tension with her conservative public base. The peak dramatic moment occurred in July 1972. Jane Fonda traveled to North Vietnam. Her intent was to condemn the war, but her visit culminated in a devastating mistake. A photograph was taken of her sitting on an anti-aircraft gun used by the North Vietnamese forces. This single damning image, dubbed Hanoi Jane, was broadcast globally. The revelation was instantaneous. To millions of Americans, especially veterans and their families, she wasn't just anti-war. She was actively aiding the enemy. The backlash was immediate and total. She was branded a traitor, receiving death threats and becoming the target of intense, prolonged protests. She later expressed regret for that specific photo, calling it a thoughtless and careless thing to do. Her career virtually ended overnight. She was blacklisted by Hollywood and vilified by a massive segment of the population. How did she cope? She retreated from the political spotlight, famously reinventing herself in the 1980s as the queen of the fitness craze with her hugely successful workout videos. This was not just a career pivot. It was an act of survival and self-determination. In her later years, Jane has returned to activism, channeling her youthful fire into fighting climate change. The lasting impact of Hanoi Jane is the story of an American icon who dared to defy the establishment and paid the ultimate price, only to emerge decades later as an elder stateswoman, still striving for change.